Live.
What's going on, everyone? This is your guy, Demetrius Tollfree, excited to let you all know I'm finally ready to launch my own weekly podcast. You guessed it, Dito Live. Each episode, we will have a sit-down conversation about what's going on in our local community and beyond. But for right now, go and subscribe to my brand new
I'm actually
YouTube
getting
channel.
ready to go live right
Simply
now.
Search
I'll text you as soon as I get done, I promise.
D-T-O-L-E-F-R-E-E.
So we can get this moving.
I'm so excited that I can't wait for you to join me live exclusively on Facebook and YouTube for my brand new podcast. Y'all already know what it is. Yes, sir, Doc.
Hey, beautiful people. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. What's happening? What's happening? As they say, what's happening? All right, so what's going on? We are hanging out here. Now, if you're in the comments, you know what you have to do. It's Monday. And so please be sure to like and share. Like and share. Just tag somebody in the comments. You already know how to tag. Now we've come a long way, okay? So make sure you all you have to do is hit the at sign and start typing. So tag somebody, like and share this. We're gonna have a great conversation tonight with let me get this right with y'all remember when people used to go to the plays, right? Which I loved. Shout out to all my friends who and band friends who played in all the amazing plays over the years. So plays I feel like are making I'm not an expert, but I feel like plays are making their comeback. And I love this because I feel like right now we're all stuck to our phones. I'm like, number one, right? So we're all stuck to our phones, and it doesn't give us the ability to connect actually with others. So let me tell you what I did yesterday, right? Before we bring up our guest. Everybody knows I'm a what? I'm a Disney kid. And so I saw the movie Toy Story yesterday. First of all, incredible. If you have a child, you should take them. It was phenomenal. But the part that stuck out to me the most was how distracted we've become from interacting with each other. And so kind of the plot, I don't want to take away from you because it's really good, but basically how we've been so addicted to technology that, and I know this is technology right now, but we've been so addicted to technology that we lost that thing that causes us to connect and make friends. And it's just a beautiful timeline. So I think a beautiful storyline. So I think this goes with that because we feel like no, and then we're at the play, you're in the movies and you're on your phone the whole time. I think this is a great way to start bringing these things back. And I want to encourage you, if you see a local play or production theater, something like that in your area, I want to encourage you to attend. I think this is really important in this time in this season and support creatives in the building. So you see something going on. Listen, it may, it may not be what you thought it was going to be, but that part, sometimes you got to give people a chance when they are in the midst of something great. So think about Tyler Perry, right? It was once upon a time, not now, with all the shows like Sister Inzatima, which I love. Thank you, Tyler. So all of those things, but there was once upon a time, where he had the microphone and it was taped to somebody's forehead. I mean, it was all the things, right? So people start, they don't always start at the top. Everybody has to work their way through, right? So sometimes we give people a really hard time because it wasn't this. Well, you weren't that too, right? So we're all working through it. So give people a chance. And if you see something local in your area, be sure to support because you never know. You could be meeting the next Tyler Perry, all right? So that's a good thing, right? There's please be sure always you're supporting local music. Shout out to Freedom Radio, our station manager, Mr. Demetrius Tollfree. So tonight I get to have a conversation with one of my favorite people and a new person I don't know. So we get to have some conversation. I'm looking down because I don't want to get this wrong. So we get to have some conversation with some of the cast members from I Should Have Said Something. We're also waiting on one of my other really good longtime friends, Mr. JoJo, but he'll come through when he comes through. So let's get started. I'm gonna bring up Miss Vanessa first. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Okay, cool. All right. Hi, Miss Vanessa. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Won't you, before we bring it, let's do it at the same time because I don't like to be sitting in the back unless she wants to sit. Wait for a second. You ready? Okay. So we also have the girl herself. I get so excited. I'm such a fan. She knows that. I love this girl so much. The ad lib queen, as they say, because these are the traits. These are the facts. She will ad lib the whole Bible twice and not say the same thing.
That's crazy
Um,
work.
that's the truth. She knows I love her so much. But Miss Vanessa, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Vanessa Levice, and I'm originally from Chicago, grew up in Louisville, Kentucky. I've been residing in Los Angeles for the past 18 years, and I am a singer actress. I'm a wife and a mommy. My husband, his name is Marcus Hodge. He is an award-winning producer and musician, and I'm just happy to be, yeah, I'm just happy to be a part of this production. I trained in musical theater. I have my degree in music with a minor in sociology. So this is what I do. So I'm excited to be a part of this production. We
My
lost you.
fault. Is this your first production?
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, this is awesome. And then we have Lillian Lloyd, which most
Hey,
people know.
hey.
If they don't, Lillian, tell us a little bit about yourself.
It's your grandma's Lillian, aka the Queen, the one that loves you. I am indeed the one that loves you. I say it, I mean it. That's who I am. That's what I do. I am a gospel recording artist, pastor, singer, writer, producer, all those things. I'm a lover of God. I'm a lover of music. I'm a lover of people. And I love acting and interacting. So I'm really looking forward to being a part of this production. It's not my first production. I started doing plays back in, good Lord, the late 90s, and had an opportunity to work with some amazing people. And I think this is going to be even more amazing because this group of people, man, yeah, this is literally an all-star cast. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this works out when we all get together.
This is awesome. So,
And I
can you,
know the cast. This is one thing, you come into a situation where you don't know
yeah,
anybody in the cast. We're all just meeting each other for the first time, but I know the cast. So we're good. All of us are good. Some I've known longer than others, but at least I know the majority of the people. I think the only person I don't really I've never met is Anthony, but everybody else I know for the most part.
yeah, this seems like all. Let me read some of this cast list. So, the girl we love, Lena. So, Lena Bird,
Yes, indeed.
Lady, the Lisa Page Brooks,
The Lisa
Anthony,
Bates,
the Lisa Page Brooks, Anthony Grant, Chaz Shepard,
my
Demita
brother.
Chandler as, yes, Demita, Lena yourself, JoJo Martin, Miss Vanessa, Greg, I can't see this at the bottom, maybe Greg Allen, and I'm going to
Hmm.
get this last name incorrect. Chris Allen?
Priscilla Nay. I
Kristen
think it's
Lene.
Priscilla. Hmm.
Kristen Lene Thomas. So this is an all-star cast. Can you guys tell us about the play?
You
So
want to
the
go first?
play is the play is based off of it's produced by Elaine and JJ Mooney Productions, and it is based off of Elaine's mother. She's Pastor Gail Stallworth. It's based off of her book, her life experience. So it is a true story, and Elaine is bringing it to life on stage. So we're
Oh,
excited about
this is
that. It
cool.
talks about her mother going from being bullied as a child and how it carried over into shyness and lack of confidence as an adult that gets her into different situations within marriage and how it affects her and the children and how we need to be in tune with listening to God and not having the fear of speaking up for yourself when needed.
Oh, this is awesome. And so you said this is not your first play. This is not your first play. So let's go back. Do you feel like plays are making a comeback? I said I feel like they fell away for a while. People weren't really attending plays. We
Yeah.
got, we were doing this, we were doing that. Do you feel like people are making their way back? Do you feel like technology played a part in us the disconnect we saw with the play industry?
For sure. I definitely think it took a part. We also have to think about COVID, the pandemic, that took away all type of interaction and closeness, being in proximity
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
theaters and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. I think that it's definitely making its way back. It's a lot of great like off-Broadway productions that's happening as well. And then I've seen other productions going up in different cities where I think that people are interested in getting back into the seats and seeing more interactive, like live things happening on the stage because it's nothing like being in theater. Theater is the most incredible thing. I mean, because it's raw. It's right there in your face. It's happening. You feel that live emotion that's happening right there on the spot. So I think personally, I think it is making a comeback and I'm excited about it.
Oh, this is awesome. What about you, Lillian? And you've
I,
been part. I've known you to be. I've heard of all the plays you've been a part of, right? So for you, is there a difference, in how it's returning or how it fell away?
Well, when I came in, when everything in the heyday of Mama, I Want to Sing, and A Mother's Love and A Good Man Is Hard to Find, and those plays, I came along in that heyday. My brother Terrence was touring with those shows. He and Sam Franklin, Chris Bolton, the late Chris Bolton, and
Mm-hmm.
Tina Weathers, and all of them. They were traveling. Vicky Vaughn, and they were my mentors. And I think all but Sam and Terrence are no longer with us. So I got these two
Uh-oh, she went out.
My grief. I'm sorry, I had a call to come in. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had these mentors, and they kind of showed me the ropes back in the '90s, and I was, back then I was just kind of feeling it. A funny story. Patrice Lovely, who plays in the Tyler Perry movies and plays, uh, what is her character's name in those shows? I can't even remember what her character's name is. A little short Patrice, light skin. She's always neck and neck with Medea. But at any rate, she was one of she trained me a lot when we were on the road. She was one of the main characters in a particular show that I did. With my first show that I did with Donald Gray, and people were kind of hard. They're always hard on the new girl, but it was I loved about Patrice was she's like, okay, this is what you got to do. Blah 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 blah. She said, now when I go backstage, I'm singing background. I'm behind the curtain singing background, but she taught me how to help her do her quick changes in between scenes. So
Mm-hmm.
she was teaching me the ropes. I don't even think she knew that she was doing it, but she was literally training me for every aspect of it, not just what I do on stage and not just, in the moment, but the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. And so I saw how that, she's the maid in this scene, but she's somebody else in the next scene. And I gotta, kind of help her get out of one wig into the next, or, make sure her pack is on straight, zip her up and get her back out. So like, oh, now I want to get into the production side of it.
Mhm.
I don't want to just be on stage. I don't want to just be the person behind the mic singing behind the curtain. I want to actually be on stage. And, I want to dig more into my acting and dig more into being able to sing. Now, the hardest thing for me has always been the vocal projection without a microphone, because having a mic that might slip down here and then not having stage monitors, I'm very hard of hearing. So that's always a challenge for me with trying to
Wow.
sing on stage. So pray for me because I hate it. I really hate that part of it. So I prefer doing roles where I don't have to do any singing, because it is definitely a challenge for me. Unless it's a church scene where it doesn't look weird for me to have a microphone. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've done some very corny plays where they actually had mics on stage and the person's just, I just can't believe you said that to me. Then the music starts and, why do I feel this way? I was like, so you just happen to have a microphone in your living room? That's stupid. A low budget church play.
Oh,
A low budget church play.
oh man.
But to answer your question, because I'm a rambler, to answer your question, I definitely do see things making a comeback. Like I said, I started in the heyday when there was a play coming out every week, and Tyler Perry was just starting to really do
Mm-hmm.
his thing and really started getting out there um, with his first productions. As his name started to ring out more in the circuit, and then he just took us all by storm with Medea's Family Reunion and Class Reunion. All those plays started hitting the stage, and things started going to VHS, and people were actually buying and signing up to be on the mailing list and that sort of thing. Well, technology did kind of take away our need to physically sign up and to buy souvenir books and all that crap. We had to stand out there for hours trying to sell those booklets. Please get a book with $20, selling booklets after the show. See, I had to do that part of, I paid my dues, praise the Lord. I paid my dues. I had to sell booklets,
Yeah.
and then we didn't sell any. We had to take them all, pack them all up, and get that stuff back to the bus or get it to the tech person that was in charge of handling, stage hands and all that other stuff. So that plus act plus sing. So thank you, Donald Gray, for making me well
For that.
rounded.
Do you
Definitely making
think
a comeback though. Definitely.
you just said something that made me think about something? Do you think there was a season where I was a part of the church and we were help building the church, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
that meant we started together, we ended together. We came, we sang, we did, and then we had to break it down. And
Mm-hmm.
I grew up singing quartet, so that means nobody's too good to rap a chord.
Period.
Nobody's too good to do an instrument, right? Do you think, in from what you just said, right? And I'm not bashing technology, obviously, because I use it and all these things. But do you think not having to do those things today makes people feel a little privileged because you don't have to stand
Entitled.
out? Yeah, like you don't have to stand in the hallway and sell the booklets or sell the tapes or that thing that I think gives you the gratitude to be in the room, to be in the space. Like you said, you earn that opportunity. But in today's day with technology, things like that, and I think even for the consumer, right? You had something that you could keep for this moment.
Yeah.
Wasn't just what you experienced physically, but you had something that you could return to Do you think with all the things today, and I don't know, maybe you guys are still doing book clubs, do you think that being there or not being there has caused people to feel, like you said, entitled?
You want to say first?
I agree. I definitely think that with the speed of technology and how rapidly it's growing and how it's changing and evolving, I definitely think that in a lot of ways, technology has enabled us to have some entitlement and some to feel privileged and also some laziness as well. I mean,
Mm.
because you don't have to work hard for anything anymore. It's just right there at your fingertips. So I think that naturally, with the way technology is going and evolving, I think it has created some entitlement and laziness for sure.
What about you, Lillian?
I think it's both and, because whereas it may create laziness and entitlement, it also shows us that we've evolved and we don't have to slice lemons to make lemonade anymore when
Mm-hmm,
there's,
mm-hmm.
pre-made drink mixes, and one isn't, bad just because the other one is better. But this it's both and. I think it's both and. For me, I think it puts less stress on me so that I can focus on what I actually am getting paid to do, which is act. That I don't have to go back
Mm-hmm.
and sweep the floor, and I don't have to pack everybody's stuff up, or I don't have to help iron or help. I don't have to wear 15 different hats for the same salary. So that helps. That makes life a little bit more convenient and more comfortable for me. That you don't have a person that is sitting at a table selling booklets, or the person that feels like, man, I really would rather be doing this, but they've been given the job of handling. Because you have to realize sometimes people in management, they have a tendency to pass the buck to an individual who they're trying to handle, or they're trying to control, or they're trying to belittle because of personal issues. And I've dealt with that, where you got a personal issue with me, so you're going to start giving me stupid stuff, or you're going to try to cut my salary, or you're going to start you know referring to me in a certain way. And I'm like, wow, I'm just here to learn. So if you're going to pay me, just using small numbers, if you're only going to give me $100, then let's just say that. Don't tell me you're going to give me $300 and then start cutting it to 250, then it's 200, and now it's 100, because after a while I'm going to owe you at the end. So what are we really making? What are we really doing?
Mm.
And then I realized, okay, you're just being a jerk right now, and you're trying to handle me, or you're trying to play with me to prove a point and show me your muscles. And I don't need that. If you need me to do something, just say that. I'm here to learn. You're trying to push a button that you don't actually have to push. So sometimes we have to be careful with it's not having the booklet is the problem. It's what that means to certain people in their minds.
Mm.
Where does
That's
that
so
put
good.
you? Oh, you're just the help. Oh, you're just a background singer. You're just a stagehand. I'm the star of the show. I'm the this, I'm the that. So I need my levels in a certain place. And I don't want my dressing room where everyone else is. I'm not going to share a dressing room. I don't want to be at this hotel. I need to
Mm-hmm.
be in a different space. And I've worked with people like that. And you just go, wow, you're interesting. Boy, you excited to be here, And this was before, any, One More Chance or Ricky Dillard and any of those things hit my life. So I was just glad to be in the number and wanted to be a part. But when you see what it does to people, it's like, yikes, you're weird. I don't ever want to be that person. I want us to
Hmm.
all be in here
Mm.
and work together and get along.
Work
I don't like
together.
when I don't want to be the diva of the show. I don't want to be treated like that. And I don't want anybody else around me that expects to be treated like that, because I'm certainly not going to give you that. You can calm down. This is just a play. Don't do that. Don't come in here with all that weird. Don't bring weird energy into the room. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. While he's here, he's always doing 20 things. So while he's here, I want to add JoJo to the conversation. I think he's
Jojo.
hooked up there. Hi,
Hey,
Good
JoJo.
Joe.
evening,
That's my
children.
brother.
Yeah.
How's
Let me
everybody
on
doing
his
on the
blinker.
That's how
night?
you enter the chat.
Hi, Joe. Yeah, hi, JoJo.
Period.
So many people
Hey,
may
I'm
not
so
know.
sorry
I've
I'm late. A
It's okay.
lot going on.
Some people may not
Uh,
know I've known him since he was 5, maybe.
What?
So
And I
true.
was just about
Yeah,
to
I've
say,
known
Long.
JoJo
you've
for.
known him longer than me, but we got about what?
I've
We
known
about 20
JoJo
something years
really.
deep, Joe.
That's
We
right.
about we got
Yeah.
about 20, a little over 20
That's right.
years.
Yeah, I know JoJo when he and his family first. I'm from Colorado, so he and his family moved to Colorado. And I always tell people he's been amazing, since the day I met him. That is the truth. He's
Wow.
always been
Well, glory to
phenomenal.
God.
So,
Amen.
for people who may not know JoJo, tell people who you are, please.
My name is Josiah Jojo Martin. You can just call me Jojo. Praise God. Um, I'm an artist. I'm a songwriter. I do some of everything, and I'm grateful to be on here with Yolanda, aka Wild Praise, aka Does Everything Great, singing self, and with these two amazing superstars, Vanessa and Lillian, evangelist, pastor Lillian Lloyd.
Oh, come
And
on.
what we're doing, what we're working on is something special, and I'm sure they've said a lot of things before I came on. I'm doing Zeb's birthday party tonight at City Winery, so that's where we're at. But
Oh,
Oh,
it's
wow.
nice.
yeah, it's exciting to be a part of something with amazing people. I tell a lot of jokes and do a lot of acting crazy, but I have never done a lot of theater. So to see be on stage with people, and my role is small, but it's an impactful moment, and to be on the stage with people such as these two and all the others that are going to be there is really an honor of my life, honestly. To see these people that do this well, and I can glean and learn from them. Should the Lord put me in this space again, I'm not begging for it. Praise God. But as Lillian would say, if the money is good, count me in. No, but I'm really excited to do this and excited to be on your show too. So thank you.
You're welcome. He has a special place in my heart. So,
Absolutely.
uh, he does. He does. So, I think this is phenomenal because, again, I said I think that a lot of times gospel plays disappear for a while, and it again, while I mentioned when everybody's in the background, I saw Toy Story yesterday, which Lillian probably can appreciate, and it was amazing. But what I found
It's a good
very
movie.
fun, oh, it's a very good
I haven't seen it
movie.
yet. I got to see it.
It's a really
It's
good
so
movie.
good.
They
It's
did
a
a good
really good
job.
movie. I think the lesson it teaches is how we've disconnected because of technology. And
Yeah.
so kids don't play with these, kids don't play together anymore, or we don't do this. So I love this with the play because it gives people an opportunity to interact and just sit down and enjoy and take in. What is your favorite part of this experience so far? Anybody can go first. Miss
Uh,
Vanessa.
my favorite my favorite part I think is just the professionalism, the family connection that we all have and feel working together. Nobody is acting super famous and above. Everybody's like, cool, I love what you do, or you love what I do, but so forth and so on. It's a beautiful family vibe and connection and camaraderie. And I love that, honestly. I love to see everybody doing their thing. Nobody's like, let me tell you, it's like everybody's in their lane. They're professional. They're excellent at what they do. And I think that's a vibe all by itself. So that's probably my favorite.
Wow. Miss Vanessa.
I would agree. The camaraderie within the cast is absolutely amazing, and also with the production team, the writers, everyone. It's a family vibe, and there's no um, big eyes or little eyes or anything like that. Little U's. So for me, that's one of my favorite parts, and also being able to share someone's story, a real life story. And I feel like Elaine, she displayed this with this production in such a classy way, talking about her parents and their relationship. And I love how it's a story of redemption and forgiveness, not only for the victim, for the villain as well. So those are some of my favorite things about being a part of the show.
Lillian. Same
Well,
question.
I love the fact that I get to tell her story and play that character, because I'm actually playing Gail as an adult, and it's I get an opportunity to kind of relive, and most people wouldn't look at reliving my abusive marriage and all that stuff as an opportunity or something to be excited
Wow.
about, but I am excited about being able to tell her story while also facing my own story and facing my own situation, and being able to share my testimony through this. So there's so many similarities, even down to there's one scene where I talk about when we get ready to get married, about you have to, before you get married, you have to have something. The bride needs something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
Mhm.
And she says, I have blue flowers in my bouquet. And I just got stunned in that moment because my bouquet had blue flowers in it. And so I said, that's crazy for that detail to be there. And I don't want to go into the details of why that stunned me, because I actually got the bouquet from another young lady who had just gotten married before me, because I didn't have any flowers, and she just gave me her bouquet, and I thought it was so sweet of her to give me her bouquet. But the fact that the flowers were blue, it just kind of gave me a creepy feeling. So I don't know why. I know why, but I don't want to get into that on here. But instead, but I'm just excited to be able to now start to really share this story, share her story in lieu of sharing my own story, and connect with some people, and hopefully they will walk away knowing that, there's hope for them after being in an abusive marriage and being in a situation where they've been violated or mishandled and physically harmed. There's life after that. There's life after divorce. There's life after losing a child
Absolutely.
and all of that.
Absolutely. So let me ask you a question. You said hope. Do you feel like there's so much going on in the world, right? There's the situation with the young man in Mississippi. There's the
Lord have
children with
mercy.
the bus. There's this over here. There's this over there. And so, in this moment, with so much going on in the world, kind of feels heavy, pending where you are, pending what you want to listen to or be aware of. How, in this moment, every night was 2 nights, right? It's a 2 night show. Is it a 2 night show?
They were talking about adding another nine. No, for now it's just one,
It's
but they
fun.
were
One
Yeah,
it's
night
it's
just the
one
show.
right
one,
now.
yeah, because they were initially talking about trying to add a second show.
So how in this moment, I think Lillian, I'm not saying it's easy. This is what you do. This is who you are. This is what you live. But how in these moments are you going to take all that from JoJo's experience with his health to Miss Vanessa, maybe your own experiences? How do you put that, as Lillian said, into your experience, or how do you put your experience into that?
You asking
I
me?
think.
Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go
Everybody.
ahead. No, go ahead, JoJo.
No,
Go ahead.
no. I'll go after you. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say for me, I think it's really diving into what the character, breaking down the character. That's what I was always trained to do, break down, do a character analysis, and break down what the character needs and wants and why they're behaving as such things. What are they trying to accomplish? And just taking from life experiences with my character, Ann Fisher, she is one of the messy church members. And I think that's pretty easy to identify with most of us that have grown up in church. So I don't think that's really too hard to draw from. There's a lot of experiences from the past and in real life that's happening. So I think for me, that's where I take that from. Just being very attentive and observant in church services and environments in our community, and then bringing that into life with Anne on stage and making it still comedic and entertaining, and then showing what she's trying to achieve out of her moments on stage as well.
Jojo, reframe my question. I'm going to change my question. You said your part is short. In your short moment, how are you going to provide hope?
Well, for one, I'm a doctor. I play a doctor that gives this news in this moment, but then I come behind that and sing song from my album called Run On. And so to be able to encourage, I mean, I've been there. I've had to be encouraged getting the worst news of my life several times, and to be able to do that, not just in this moment of what her life was like, but also to somebody that may be in that audience, and to get to portray the first time it was Tasha Page, and that's just that moment that we had. I mean, it was really moving, and also emotional in a lot of different ways. Um, because when we first did this play, I had just got the transplant. So they didn't want me to fly anywhere for a year. I mean, I'm still within a year. They don't want me flying nowhere. However, I kept my commitment. I wanted to be there. Lane is one of my close friends, so I made it there. And to be able to live this moment in this play that I've also had to live several times in real life, getting news from a doctor. It's like, man, I know what that feels like. I know what that moment means. And I know what the encouragement feels like when it comes. And many times God does, He sends a song. Even in your darkest moment, He sends a song, words of comfort, something, lyrics that somebody
Mhm.
penned that will bless you and encourage you and to keep you pushing in the middle of whatever the valley looks like. So when I look at this play, the connection is in this short role is just the ability to connect to anybody's testimony. No testimony. If it's kidney failure, if it's an abusive spouse, if it's rape and molestation, whatever the case may be, every testimony in somebody's life is just as big as whatever you're going through. To watch everybody feel this moment, as small as it is super dope for me.
This is amazing. So I know you're at a party. Lillian's probably doing something major. So I don't want to keep you long, but I do have a question. I always want to ask this to artists. Since it's Music Monday, since you're all artists, how are you dealing with the climate of the shift of AI, of you can do it yourself, of all the things, right? I saw something recently where they pulled they're readjusting this law with AI. They pulled all these songs out, but it still affects us. People are really buying CDs. They're not, and it's some of the most talented people. Like JoJo, you're amazing. Miss Vanessa, I heard your song. Of course, Lillian is incredible. How are you dealing with the shift?
I think you have to stay true to yourself and remember that beyond the gift, remember the giver and that he shall remain faithful and that he'll keep you. And just stay in tune with the Lord and trust and believe that he'll keep you through the season. I mean, we started off the conversation by talking about technology and how it's evolving and changing, and this is part of it. But I think staying true to yourself, your authentic self, you can't do that with AI. Like the authenticity that you bring with a true artist, a true minister, a minstrel, like you can't do that. So I think that that's important. Just staying encouraged and staying true to yourself.
Lillian?
I battle with Rage Against the Machine, and there was actually a group with that name years
Mm,
ago. I battle with that a great deal, and people, I had to put a post out one time. Don't send me anything that you went on some website and plugged some lyrics in and it spit out a song for you. Don't ever send me that to listen to, because I'm not going to listen to it. I'm just not going to. I don't want to hear
mm,
what a machine took my voice and somebody else's voice and our lyrics, and they're just replicating that and using technology to try to almost like replace us. And I'm like, it's trash.
mm-hmm,
It's all trash. I don't want to hear it. Don't play it. And it is that one. There's this one voice that they use that has like a little raspy sound to it. And I'm like, wow,
mm-hmm,
you can technically manipulate a tone to give it that rasp, when it took me years of crying to get this rasp. It took
yeah,
heartache to get this rasp.
yeah,
I
yeah,
bled for this rasp. I really
yeah,
did. I
yeah. I
bled for
bet.
this scream. I bled for this range. And you mean to tell me all you got to do is tap a few keys and then boom, now you have it too? I don't think so. Not on my watch. Not
Wow.
on my watch. I watch. I have like the most talented friends in the world. I don't know who y'all's friends are, but my friends, like the people that I'm on this show with, are the most talented people I think in the world. They really are. And when I look at people like B. Slade and Corey Henry, of two of the most
Mm-hmm,
genius level musicians that we have of this time, when
mm-hmm.
I've been in the studio and been around them when they're doing their writing, Travis Malloy is another one that have that genius level gifting, and then boom, some moron comes along and taps a few keys, and now he's some thing that just belongs up here. I heard Corey Henry say one time, he said, I think I work too hard. I'm trying, I'm working too hard. Because this is what people want. They want this crap. I'm like, I don't care what they want. I know what we want. Those of us that have an appreciation for real music, we want real music. I need to hear the pain of you losing your mom. I need to hear the pain of you having to grow up
Absolutely.
without your both your parents at age
Absolutely.
17, at age 7, and then at age 14 losing your dad. I need to hear that in your music. I need to hear what it is
Wow.
like to feel that abandonment, to feel that loss. I need to hear the pain of that. I need to hear from B. Slade. I need to hear you losing both your parents. I need to hear that sound. I need to hear what it feels like to be rejected by the industry, to have that, to have the whole world, the whole industry just literally turn their backs on you, to have friends pull away, for people to say, hey, I don't want to get a hands-off policy. When I listen to what he writes now, that's what I hear, because of what he's lived, what he's experienced. And you can't get that on a machine. It's not in the lyrics, it's in the experience. And
Mm,
that's one thing you will never get on a computer, is life experience. Life, the anointing, the oil, the blood that comes
that's
from
so
our
deep.
life experience. See, I watched Oh God. I watched JoJo show up when he wasn't feeling well. I know what
Hmm.
dialysis was doing to his skin, what it was doing to his appearance. I know what it felt like for people not to say, hey, I don't want to book because maybe you can't show up or however. I know what you were experiencing because I'm your friend. And I know what that's like. And I know how it was to see you show up and sing your brains out when you weren't feeling well in your body. I know what it was like to be embarrassed to need us to say, okay, let's sew this seat, let's sew that seat to help our brother because he can't work right now. I know how that felt for me as your friend, as your sister. And to see you come around and now it looks like you've never been sick a day in your life.
In his
See
life.
what you have to sing on the backside of that. You can't duplicate that with the machine. So I don't want to, I'm not open to certain things technology has to offer. I'm never going to be open. It's never going to be okay for you to tell me that a person that started playing the organ at 2 years old and a person that can play several instruments on stage. I literally watched Corey the other week. He was in Korea and there was an issue with the passports for a couple of the musicians. So he had to play drums, play keys, and sing at the same time
Mm.
and engage the audience in a foreign country. Machines can't do that.
Oh man.
These rappers that use technology to manipulate their voices, what happens when the machine goes out? You die without the machine. So no, absolutely not.
Wow. Yeah,
Say that.
I think as a creative in multiple spaces, I think the biggest thing that I'm not against AI, right? It's a tool and it just depends on how you use a tool. But I think the biggest thing that people don't understand is like I was telling someone today they're doing a flyer for a conference. I said this it can't just come across like it's just another flyer. Like then it just loses its whole thing. It can't just come across like another album cover. There's a certain heartbeat that has to be expressed, and that can't be expressed through a machine. Like so
Yeah,
you
you
just
you
you
did
can't
a
put it that way.
you did a flyer for me for my birthday, and I had just moved to Vegas. This was my first time ever doing a show in Vegas, and I invited all these people and spent all this money to do this show. And when I saw the flyer, the way you took and added, had me on a throne with the crown. You just made it all so
Okay. Yeah.
seamless. And it was just so
Yeah.
beautiful. It just looked like when I put it up, and of course, being here in Vegas, this looked like this was going to be somewhere on the strip at some major
Yeah.
casino or something. This was going to be in a huge arena when it was just a small, party at a club. But it was just the heart that you put into it because you know me, and I know that you see me in a certain way, and
Yes.
you were able to reproduce that with your heart toward me in that
Yes.
picture. That's something that, again, a computer just can't do.
No.
A computer
No.
can't do that. It doesn't have the heart, doesn't have the personal connection. And sometimes, I mean, you need it because sometimes we try to get these flyers done, and then people are they're gonna give you the run around and take all day. I had a young lady that was supposed to make a flyer for my installation, and we needed it. Was supposed to drop it on June 1st. I was like, okay, well, we're running behind, so June 5th. I didn't get that flyer until like the end of June.
Mm,
And I'm
mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, well, she had a death in her family." I'm like, okay, but what am I supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
Past, if you can't do it, then let us know, but don't just
Absolutely.
disappear and say nothing and then come
Communicate.
back with, now I can't get mad because your grandmama died. I mean, I don't know who died, but I'm just saying. I'm mad. I don't care
Yeah.
what the situation is, because that doesn't stop what I have going on. Because I need to
Absolutely.
advertise my event.
Yeah, there's a certain heartbeat through it all of it. Just I want you to respond to, but there's definitely a heartbeat that's through all of it, right? So I can say this because Lillian loves all the music, right? JoJo does too. Miss Vanessa, I hope you do too. So there's nothing better than hearing Jodeci. I don't care what y'all say, and they can be
Period.
in wheelchairs and canes. I do not care. It is something about them singing that takes me out every time. And I don't want to hear AI. I want to experience that thing that takes you back to your teenager. So JoJo, same question. How are you feeling with the shift and the thing and all of that?
Um, Technology is an amazing thing. I think what's coming um, cannot replace what we already have. I think people are
Mhm.
getting lazy. It's making people lazy. It's taking
Mhm.
money out of pockets. But then there's a
Mhm.
level of it where artistry is just something fun for people. When you have people that this is their lifestyle and this is their reality and their bread and butter, and you drag your feet, you kind of push certain people to certain places. It's like, I got to wait on all day for you when I have a machine that'll do it in 2 minutes and on another level.
Mhm.
I was talking to my friend while we were in Detroit last week, and he was saying, people send me what they've created in AI, and they're like, can you recreate this exact same thing? And he's like, I will, but you're going to pay for me to replay what AI did
Absolutely.
because I could have
Absolutely.
been creative with my own mind and created something more authentic and genuine. But you want this machine, and then you want me to replay what somebody else has done, and you're just going to pay for it. I don't
Absolutely.
mind doing it, but that's the case. But even like with this next album, I'm going old school. I'm having two
That sound
people
like
A&R.
Craig.
I'm right.
Was it
I'm
Craig?
writing and no, no, no,
It sound like Craig.
I'm writing and getting things together. But when I record all of these songs, I'm going back old school. I'm getting the A&R, having somebody put this album together, and these are songs that come from my heart, my experiences. Just like Lillian was saying, these are things that I suffered through. This is the valley that I went through to bring these
Mhm.
songs to life. And I used to know just because it's fun to use. But other than that, when I put music out, it will be exactly what I wrote and exactly what God gave me and not what a machine did. But to each his own, enjoy yourself and just don't get caught slipping. No music business and know where your royalties are going. Somebody say it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, and when he said don't get caught slipping my first thought was it's all cool until the system go out and you gotta sing
Mm,
for real.
Mm-hmm.
And
mhm.
you really gotta know the song. And there's no pitch help. So what to say. I agree with them. So my final
And it's
question,
cool for
yeah.
people, like I see a lot of times like people say, okay, all you have to do is just give me some excerpts about your husband. What's his favorite color? What's his hobbies? What's his this? What's
Mhm.
his that? And then they generate a song or they generate a booklet about your person using their pictures and whatnot. We love that. We certainly love AI as far as being able to manipulate certain photos. I have really dark circles under my eyes. So I love to be able to go in with and hit the button and it clarifies all the imperfections in my skin. We love that. But I also know that I also have to show up with my real face. And so I have to be prepared. I can't stop wearing concealer just because I have some AI on some pics. I can't wear
Absolutely.
a filter in real life. So I gotta be able to know what to do to this face without that
Absolutely.
tool. So it's just having a balance, appreciate it where it can be beneficial, but at the same time, you don't replace me. You're not better than me. You're a machine. You can't do anything above what has already been done for you through the brain, through this brain.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know Jojo has to go. Jojo, you have any final words or invite to people about the play?
Come play this Sunday, 4:30, Caribbean Theater, Orlando, Florida, 4:30. Doors open at 4. Go to the Eventbrite, get your tickets, be in the building. So many people are going to be there to give you this amazing story in true, real, professional fashion. I'm talking about the real deal. So you don't want to miss it. You want to be there. Don't tell me you're going to try to see what other city we're coming to. Don't call me for tickets. Buy a ticket and meet us at that theater. It's worth the
But you got to
money.
tell them.
And right, it's worth the money. And if you don't believe it's worth the money, at least pay so that I can take care of my children. Thank you. Praise God.
Come on,
So
come
buy
on
your
now.
tickets. If you don't care about nothing else, come here. Y'all want this type of all right, so I love y'all. Thank you so much. JoJo's Voice on
Love you
Instagram
there.
and everything else. Buy my album, Temporary Tears, produced by PJ Morton. I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all this
Love
weekend.
you too.
Love you too, babe.
Hi. So let's put up the flyer about the play. Okay, so I should have said something, but I didn't say
Yes.
nothing. I
Something.
should have said something.
Something.
Stage
I should have said
play.
something.
So it's going to be in hot Florida. Is that correct? Is that in
Hot
Florida?
Yes, in
Florida.
Orlando, Florida.
It's going to be in Orlando, Florida. July 26th, that's this weekend, July 26th at 4:30 p.m. You can get tickets at Eventbrite. You can scan this code if you're watching. We're gonna have this flyer on all of our socials, for Freedom Radio, on my socials. Yeah, because I want you to come and support the people. So it's gonna have, look at this all-star cast. It's gonna be really, 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 really great. So I think this is wonderful. You should make your way. And this is what I always tell people: the more you show up to these events, the more events we can have. So
That's
the
right.
more you do these things, now listen, I know, groceries have eggs have went down just a little bit, but we know y'all got some dollars because Michael Jackson's movie made a lot of money. So,
A billion. It hit a billion. It did hit the
But it
$1 billion
did.
mark.
billion.
It
Hmm.
did.
Woo. Now I'm not counting your coins. I'm just saying if you're in Florida, or you're nearby, make your way so you can support this amazing production. I think it's going to be amazing. You get to meet and see these wonderful people, and you maybe catch Lillian in the lobby selling a booklet. Maybe. Maybe.
Nope.
No. So I did want to ask you too. I noticed that. Make sure this right. Okay, cool. So I noticed that Miss Vanessa, you have some music out. Is that correct?
Yes, I have a song
Can you
called
tell
You
us
Did
about
It.
that?
Yes, I have a song called You Did It. It is featuring Mr. Talkbox. Is written by Aaron
I love
Sledge,
him.
who
Love
is an
Talk
incredible
Box.
artist and writer himself, and one of my big brothers, and produced by my husband Marcus Hodge and Chris Black. So I'm excited. I released that was my debut single, and it's doing very well. So I'm excited about that. I'm working on the rest of my EP, and yeah, I also released a Christmas
R&B or
song. So
gospel?
when Christmas song comes up,
Yay!
yeah, I released a Christmas song, and I was so taken back by the reaction of it. But it turned it's I actually love it. So Christmas is just a few months away. So y'all get that in y'all Christmas rotation as well.
Tell us the name of the Christmas song.
It's called "You Make Christmas."
You Make Christmas. I love that. I always try to encourage people. You only need to release about like 2 or 3 Christmas songs in your lifetime.
And I honestly was not going to do it. What happened was I was actually at rehearsals in Stockton, California for, I should have said something when we did it in November. And Aaron and Marcus was in the studio and they were working on stuff. And he was like, "Hey, V, I think V should do a Christmas song." I was like, "Well, I just released a debut song, this year." I was like, "I don't know if we're ready for Christmas music." He was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it." And he was like, "What does Christmas mean to you?" And we had one conversation and he was like, "I got you. I got you." And I absolutely love the song. It literally gives you
Wow.
everything about Christmas. It makes you feel every emotion. You picture Christmas, you imagine it. So I love the
Yes,
song. So
yes.
get that in your rotation. You Did It featuring Mr. Talkbox, and then You Make Christmas.
This is amazing. Now, Lillian, the kids, we've been waiting a long time, girl. We want a whole album.
Y'all don't
So
want the
tell
whole
us what's
album.
going
Y'all
on.
want y'all want some shout music. Y'all don't know the whole album.
No, we want a whole album. But
Y'all don't
no,
want the whole
tell
album.
us tell us what's going on with you
I'm gonna give
musically.
y'all one, but y'all don't want one. Y'all want shout. That's all y'all want from me. But it's cool.
No, that's not.
I have to teach you what to want. So that's the season
Oh,
of my
that's
life. I have
good.
to teach you what to want because see, here's the deal, and it's not your fault because not you personally, but I'm just saying it's not you guys' fault that I did it good. I did good at it. So I made you like it. I made you want it. So I can't be mad that you're saying, okay, now I don't want anything else but that. You just got to give me an opportunity to show you what else I can do because you're going to like that too if you give it a chance. But see, now this generation doesn't like to press play and at least hear what
Mm.
else there is. You got to instantly love it or you hate it forever. You eternally hate it. And it's like, yikes, you guys don't give it a chance. Just press play. But of course, if I die, then oh my God, I love this song. It was so amazing. I always
Yeah,
knew she was
yeah,
doing it. Shut up.
yeah, yeah. I think what's hard is we don't give what you just said. We don't really give music a chance much anymore, and
Yeah.
so we're not pushed. I don't say anybody's watching who knows. Like, I don't know why Yolanda. I'm not bashing technology at all. I'm on my phone like 23 hours, whatever hours I don't sleep, right? So whatever hours I'm sleeping. So not bashing, but I think what's happened has been such a huge disconnect. And so we don't listen to albums much anymore. And I think part of it is nothing to do with Lillian. Some albums don't give us that heart. Like, let's say Pages of Life. Fred Hammond. It's a masterpiece, like start to finish. Something else. Okay, Prince of Praise, Byron Cage, start to finish. It is a masterpiece, right? I think part of it is now music is like you may get a good start, maybe a good middle, maybe a good end. Yeah, it's like it's kind of hard to get a. So I think we all got to be better at working on masterpieces, and masterpieces take time. I know one of Lillian's favorite people is Prince, and I think what was so amazing about him is he did it when he felt it. I think we rush to do something that people are not asking us for sometimes, and in that we put out things that may not be ready to be released, right? So I would encourage that we be better supportive artists, but also that we release things that will outlast us, right? One of my favorite songs is "Be Grateful." "Be Grateful" was released around, Lillian probably knows you, like at least 1978, 79.
It was
The
like
song is older
78,
than me.
79. I think it was like 79 because I just had this
79.
conversation about Be Grateful because I
Yeah,
just sang it at a
79.
funeral. So I just had that
Yeah.
conversation.
I
It
was
was like,
born in 1979.
yeah, I was 3 years
And the
old.
music, you're three, the music still, it can be sang anytime, anywhere.
Any
It still
place,
resonates
yes.
any
Yeah.
place, it still
But the thing,
resonates.
it was also the time in which it was released, where people had an
Mm,
appetite for music. People were open to listening to music because we didn't have all the distractions that we have now.
that's so good.
And we didn't have this. There wasn't the competition. Walter Hawkins was Walter Hawkins. Edwin Hawkins was Edwin Hawkins. Tremaine Hawkins was Tremaine Hawkins. Daryl Coley was Daryl Coley.
Mm-hmm.
James Moore was James Moore. Thomas Whitfield was doggone Thomas Whitfield, and nobody can compare to Thomas Whitfield. And nobody even
Nobody.
tried. There was no such thing as, oh, I think I'm better than. No, Doc. That doesn't even come into your mind. That's Thomas Whitfield. Period. End of discussion. This is James Cleveland. End of discussion.
Absolutely.
This is
Listen.
Albertina Walker. This is Shirley Caesar. This is who this is. And in R&B we had, and soul we have Gladys Knight. That's Gladys Knight. That's Patti LaBelle. That is Shaka darn Khan. Quit playing with me. There is none of this other stuff. You knew who they were. You know what they brought to the table. There is no
Absolutely.
comparison. There is no I like you better than I like you. No, I like all of y'all. I need all of you. Each of you has its place, in his or her place in my musical life, in my ear, in my library. Now, it's if you're not this, then you're nothing. You either have to be
Mm,
this or die. I experienced that during my separation with me and Ricky. Well, if she's not with Ricky, then I don't want to hear anything she has to say. Wow, that's insulting. That's just like you losing your job at Apple. And I say, gee, I hope you never get another job again in life. I hope you can never feed your kids. And I was still working. Don't get it twisted. Every light in this house is on. My air is blowing right now. My fans are spinning. All is well. And it has been for the last 3 years. I just got back in the choir. So, but it's just the way that people think, and they don't realize how
yeah,
insensitive and how stupid they sound, how weird they sound. You're a believer, you're a Christian, you say you got the Holy Ghost, but yet you can open your mouth and say you hope another person doesn't do well because you're not doing what I think you should be doing. That's really crazy. That's cruel. That's
absolutely. I
cold.
think I think it's evidence of this, this part of this word in the Bible, this verse. You treat your neighbor as yourself, and so I say this every day, right? You treat people the way you want to be treated. But I think oftentimes we treat other people bad because that's how we really feel about ourselves.
You really feel that way about yourself. You
Absolutely.
don't feel you're mad because you think, oh, I'm more vocally skilled than her, so I should be a lot further ahead than she is. And how is it that I have an entire album out, but she has one song that is taking care of her for 20 years? That is
Just
yet
that
taking
right there.
care of
Yeah,
me.
and
That is yet paying every
even,
bill
even
in my
something,
house.
even something you said about the artist you just named, right? One of my favorite moments from Thank You, Lord, is there's a video, which I just encourage people to see this, and it's all the people you name, right? And they're all
Absolutely.
there, Tremaine and and this. And what I love about this moment, they're all there, but they're all individuals.
They're all there.
But they're all individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is trying to be this or be that. Tremaine is Tremaine, James is James, this person is this person, this person, this person. And it's one of the most beautiful, in my opinion, iconic moments.
Yeah.
And I feel sad, not just in gospel, I just think in totality.
Yeah.
We
Right.
kind of lost that authenticity to be just okay being you,
Just
whoever
be
you
you.
are.
One of the greatest songs to me that was ever recorded in R&B was "You Will Know," and
Mm,
to have all of those male artists form a choir with Aaron Hall and
mm,
D'Angelo and Stokely and any amazing name that you can name, After Seven, and all of those guys, Aaron Hall, Guy, Teddy Rock, everybody that was a part of that moment, Tevin Campbell, and just so many, Gerald Levert. I mean, I could just go down the list of all of those artists that were there. Joe was on that record. There was just so many amazing voices that were a part of that. I think Usher was a part of. He was just a kid, but Usher was a
mhm,
part of that. And to hear all those voices blend together on the chorus, and then the individual parts on the verses, it's like there was not one person where you said, "Oh, they didn't need him." No,
no,
it needed every voice that was on that
yeah,
record was needed. Every single
absolutely.
voice that was on that record was needed. It was special. That voice is still relevant today. I can take any of those artists and take their entire catalog and listen to it from top to bottom right now, and I wouldn't be annoyed.
Absolutely.
You can give me a Gerald Levert album. You can give me a
Yeah.
Joe album. You can give me a Joe album. You can give me a Joe album because Joe is nuts. He's nuts. Do you hear
Absolutely.
me? You can give me a mint condition album. You can give me any of their albums individually or collectively, and you have a amazing body of work with any of those artists. And we just don't have enough people that have an appreciation for that. And then
Hmm.
the other side of that is, because we are creatives and we are always talking to other creatives, we end up getting a lot of criticism from people that create, but the people that you're making the music for are not creatives. They're just consumers.
That's so
And so
good.
what they fall in love with is a catchy hook. What they fall in love with is with a message that speaks to where they are in that moment. Now that song might drive us nuts. I don't ever want to hear this song again in life. There is one song out right now that I promise you, if it would just disappear, I would be a happy person. I would never say that because somebody might feel that way about me. But from a creative standpoint, there are some sounds that begin to become monotonous for us, but the person that actually needs it, as much as I may get tired of singing One More Chance, there are some people that have never heard it before and they will
Yep.
never get tired of it. They can listen to it back to back. They can listen to it every day. They never get tired of it. They didn't even give the other songs a chance. It was
Ooh.
that big that they didn't even give the other songs a chance. And they said, "Oh, I love Stay With God." I'm like, "No, you don't. You might like it to hear it at home, but when it comes time to perform, you want to see the show. You want to see that. You want
Mhm.
me to do that thing. So don't act like you just love my voice so much that you just want to hear Stay With God. Yeah, you listen to it at home, because I'm not going to stand there and sing it and then hear crickets for the rest of the service because y'all sat there looking at me like I was crazy because you're disappointed that I didn't do the thing."
Yeah, we're tricky. We're tricky that way. I am yes, we're tricky this way. I am so grateful that you ladies took time out of your very busy schedule to have a conversation with me regarding this beautiful. I want to put the flyer up one more time. This beautiful upcoming play. I should have said something. Stage play this weekend, July 26th, in Orlando, Florida, 4:30 p.m. And look at this cast. And you've seen these people in movies, music, all over. So if you're near, I want to encourage you to go. And let me ask you to do something, a favor, okay? If you're listening, you can say, Yolanda, I live in Texas, or I live in Chicago, or I live in Kansas with all the tumbleweeds. Okay, I want to ask you to do me a favor. You may not be near. This is how we help things move. Lillian said to me one day, "You're one of the most supportive people I've ever met."
You absolutely are. You
It's
absolutely are.
because it takes nothing. It takes 30 seconds for me to share something. It takes
Exactly.
nothing from
That's
me. It
right.
doesn't take
And I'm the
anything
same
out of
way.
me.
That's right.
Yeah. It's not taking anything from me. It doesn't take anything from my anything. So if you saw this, I'm gonna make it easy. I'm gonna put it on my Facebook. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram. And when you see it, all you have to do is share. Okay. Remember, if you had a book, you want people to tell people about it. Your music, your program, your Usher Day, whatever, you want people to come. So all you have to do is do the same thing that you would want someone to do for you. That's easy.
Thank
You may not be
you,
able to drive to
Yolanda.
Florida. Yeah, yeah, it is. That's it. Doesn't take anything. You may not be. You're in California. That's a long flight. But what you can do is you can share it. That's how you can share it and tag some people and help this play move along. And that's how we get another one. Right?
Absolutely.
That's
All right.
right.
So thank you, ladies, so much for hanging out with us. Please tell
Thank
people how they
you.
can follow. Oh, it's my pleasure. Tell people how they can follow you or connect with you.
They can find me on social media platforms, Vanessa Lovice, Lovice, Vanessa Lovice.
Miss Vanessa, Lillian.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at I am Lillian Lloyd. I am Lillian LLOYD Lloyd, Lillian Lloyd. Also Facebook Lillian J Lloyd. I'm on
Yay,
TikTok
please.
too, but I'm never on there, so it's best to connect with me on.
On Facebook and IG. Thank you,
Yeah,
ladies, for coming to hang out with us.
Thank
And
you.
again, please share this upcoming really phenomenal space. Oh yeah, and JoJo too. JoJo has amazing music available on all digital platforms. It is amazing, always is. So just look up his name, JoJo Martin.
yeah.
All right. Thank you so guys for hanging out. And till next time, see you.
Bye.